What's going on, guys? Gamers Goon here today with week 1 of the NFL predictions. And now with the NFL, we're going to change it up from college football. College football is going to be its own thing. But with the NFL, we are going to be doing confidence points. So we got 16 confidence points, 16 games to predict during this video. And tonight, we have the first game of the season, man. I'm excited for it. You're excited for it. Fantasy owners are excited for it. Everybody should be excited for it because we have none other than the Buffalo Bills going to SoFi Stadium to go up against the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Now, you think of this game, man. You think, what a dogfight this is going to be. Josh Allen, Matt Stafford. You got all the guys on both sides of the ball. Stephon Diggs, Allen Robinson. You got Cooper Kupp, last year's leading receiver. You go to Buffalo, and you got a bunch of running backs. You got James Cook now. You got Devin Singletary. You got Zach Moss. The Rams, Cam Akers. This game is loaded with talent. One guy in specific that won't be playing that could be a major difference maker is Tre'Davious White. He will not be suiting up for the Buffalo Bills to start this season, while Von Miller will be suiting up for the Bills. So maybe his impact could be felt where Tre'Davious White's impact might be lacked. But there's no slouch on the other side. You got Aaron Donald on the other side. Leonard Floyd on the other side. Jalen Ramsey on the other side. So this game is going to be an absolute dogfight, man. I'm excited for it. I don't know why you wouldn't be excited for it. First game of the season. This should be a shootout. I think both defenses are really good, but there's just so much offensive talent that I just don't see how Josh Allen's getting stopped. I don't see how Matt Stafford with his guys are going to get stopped. I just don't picture this being a game that is going to be held with under like 20 points for either side. I think both of these teams put up 28, 35, somewhere in between those ranges. The higher 20s, maybe it's a 28-21 type of game, 28-24. But both of these teams should score above 20, and if you're asking me. I'm going to go off on a limb and say Buffalo plays spoiler. They're raising the banner. They're doing all that fun stuff. This is the first time since they won the Super Bowl. But I say Buffalo plays spoiler, man. Buffalo has a raw taste in their mouth from last year. They kind of got screwed over with that whole overtime rule where the other guys get a shot, but they don't get their shot. I mean, overtime rule in general just is not very favorable, especially in the playoffs. But Josh Allen and company, I think they come to play. I'm not gonna put too many confidence points on. I'm gonna put 4. 4 seems about right. Buffalo and the Rams, they're gonna have a good match one way or another. Buffalo is actually favored to win the match, 65 to 35%. But I'm gonna also take Buffalo. We got New Orleans, the Saints, going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Man, I feel bad for Falcons fans, man. They don't have Calvin Ridley. Their quarterback situation's a question mark at best. There's just a lot of confusion if you're a Falcons fan, man. What to believe, what not to believe. Are we really going to be good, or are we just going to be probably picking in the top 5 again, and we're going to be looking at a C.J. Stroud, or are we going to be looking at a Bryce Young, or maybe we're going to be somewhere in the middle of the pack. Maybe we're going to be looking at an Anthony Richardson, a Will Levis. You don't know with Atlanta, but I don't think their quarterback situation's found out. And New Orleans, Jameis might not be the long-term answer, but I think it's a little bit more of an answer than what the Falcons have long-term. So I'm going to give it 6 confidence points for New Orleans. The Saints going to win this one. 90% of America has picked the Saints to win. I think that's probably about accurate. The next one is shocking to me. You got San Francisco and the Chicago Bears going up against each other. My Chicago Bears playing football. Once again, I'm very excited for this, man. But America has 89% on San Francisco. Let me tell you right now why I believe San Francisco is going to lose this game. San Francisco's first career start for Trey Lance is against a Chicago Bears defense that isn't good. but they've returned almost everybody that made a significant impact on last year's defense. Akeem Hicks did not play. Khalil Mack did not play. But those are the guys we name as to why they need help. I would argue the defense got better. They added Kyler Gordon. They added Jaquan Brisker. They added a lot more guys than what we had. We just picked up a guy from the Vikings. That played almost every every game last year. Defensive tackle. We have guys, man. We have guys. And it ain't really all. I don't think that these 49ers are necessarily that good. Year one. This is essentially year one of Trey Lance. This is effectively his rookie year. Even though he was there last year, he wasn't the starting quarterback. He's going to make rookie mistakes. He just is. That's nothing against Trey Lance. Just Chicago's not going to have to necessarily deal with that. They're in second-year quarterback, started most of last season. He's got some of those mistakes out of the way. Justin Fields is also playing. Hey, the 49ers passed on me. They didn't pass on Trey Lance. A little bit more of a reason for Chicago to come and bring it. They should be bringing pressures onto Trey Lance. They should be making him make decisions that he might not be ready to make. So I got Chicago in this one, man. I don't got a lot of confidence in it. I got 3 on it, but I think there are going to be some pretty serious, shocked people. I don't think the 49ers are necessary. I'm not saying Chicago's great or anything. I think we're an average team. I think we're probably going to end up somewhere around pick 10 to 15. But I think San Francisco's really not that far off from where we are. And people might not necessarily believe that because they got the Deebo Samuels. They got the names, the Nick Bosas. They got the Fred Warners. Yeah, they have the names. We have the names, too. And last year, we finished middle of the pack. What's that matter? Next, we have Cincinnati. Almost Super Bowl champions, the Cincinnati Bengals, versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, man, they are starting Mitch Trubisky week 1. I'm proud of Mitch. Good on him for getting another job somewhere else. But Joe Burrow week 1, I doubt you're beating him. I hate to say it, but I only got 5 confidence points on Cincinnati. I think this is going to be a good game, but I don't believe too much in Cincinnati. Next, we have Philadelphia going to Detroit to face the Lions. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles, man. A lot of people think potentially that the Lions are going to compete this year, and not necessarily compete, but surprise some people, not be bottom of the barrel. I don't know if I buy it, man. I don't really think that any of their guys just significantly have been improved or anything. I feel like they're kind of the same team. Next, we have Miami going up against New England. We got Tua versus Mac Jones. 2 guys that both are kind of similar. They are pretty accurate guys. They just don't necessarily make any big risks. This game's going to be fun. I got New England. I think they're going to split the season series. I'll give it 7 points on it, but I think that'll be a pretty fun game. A game that I'm pretty damn confident in, man. The Baltimore Ravens going to the Jets, and I will put 15 confidence points on this one. The Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, he's kind of in a weird situation where he might not re-sign before the season begins for them, but still they should have no problem handling the Jets. The Jets could be a fun team to watch this year. They do have some young guys like Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, but at the end of the day, they're the Jets. Their starting quarterback for week 1 is Joe Flacco, and then it's probably going to fucking be Zach Wilson, so they don't even know what the hell they're doing. I got Baltimore because the Jets are an absolute dumpster fire, man. Next, we got the Washington Commanders going to Jacksonville to face the Jaguars, and I think this is going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be closer than what people think, but I don't necessarily think the Jaguars are necessarily going to win this game. I got 8 confidence points right now that the Commanders win this game. Carolina versus Cleveland. I'm very confident. I'm not a big... I don't think Jacoby Brissett's going to get the job done. Just too much uncertainty in Cleveland. Yeah, I got Baker Mayfield. Whether or not you are a fan of Baker Mayfield or not, he can get the job done. Week 1, former team. I think he gets the job done. Sticks it to him a little bit. Then we get Week 1 matchup between Indianapolis and Houston. And I put my 16 confidence points here on Indianapolis. I don't know how you stop Jonathan Taylor with Houston. I don't know how you keep up with Jonathan Taylor if you're Houston. Just if you're Houston in general, I don't see how you win against Indianapolis. Then you got the Titans and the Giants. One of these games that could potentially be interesting. I don't necessarily think it will, though. I got 14 points on the Titans. I think the Giants are maybe a year or two out. They have a lot of decent guys. Wan'Dale Robinson, Kadarius Toney, Daniel Jones, if he's even the guy. Kayvon Thibodeau. They just have a lot of guys that are young. I don't necessarily think they're ready to make that step around Tennessee. You're kind of at the complete opposite side of the spectrum. You got the Ryan Tannehills. You got the Derrick Henrys. You just have a lot of older guys. I think they have Robert Woods now. Tennessee is the complete opposite of what the Giants are. And then we get Green Bay versus Minnesota, and this is where my 1-point game is going to come in because I'm calling an upset, man. I think Week 1 with the new receivers in Green Bay, I think Aaron Rodgers struggles to figure his receivers out, and I think Week 1 you get Minnesota pulling off a little bit of an upset there and winning Week 1. Kansas City going to Arizona to face the Cardinals, and man, I think this is going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be back and forth. I'm ultimately going to put 9 fantasy points on it. But I got Kansas City winning that one. Patrick Mahomes, I think, is going to get the edge out on Lamar Jackson just a little bit. Then we got the Chargers versus the Raiders. The game that screwed them over last year, fellas. But I don't think Justin Herbert is going to take very kindly to that. I got 10 confidence points that the Chargers are going to defeat the Raiders, who have gone through a lot of dramatic stuff over the past year with people getting arrested and people Henry Ruggs and their owner situation. They've had so much go around that organization. It's just not even funny. Then we got 2 more games left. We got Tampa Bay going to Dallas. I got Tampa Bay winning that one, man. I think that's going to be a really fun game. I got 12 fantasy points on that. And then Denver to Seattle. I got 13 fantasy points on Denver pulling it out and winning in Seattle. Seattle is, struggle this year if you ask me. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it if you would share this video out, do all that fun stuff. But the NFL season is back, and it's starting tonight, man. It's going to be a fun night. We got a lot of football ahead of us this weekend. We got college football back. On top of that, we have the NFL back. And it's just a really good time to be alive right now. It's a lot of football, man. A lot of football. But I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching.